Hi once again everyone, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if this is your first time joining me today. Hi, my name is Hannah and I'm learning how to use my lighting. I have softbox lighting that I just recently purchased and I realized I don't know how to use it whatsoever. So we have these little guys in the corners of my glasses pretty much every time I move my head, because I move my head a lot when I talk. So is life. But anyway, that's what we have going. I had a comment or two that said, just, take your glasses off. You're telling a story. You really need your glasses to tell a story? No, I don't, but I just don't feel like me when I'm not wearing my glasses. So I'm going to continue to wear them. And while I know this situation isn't exactly ideal, I do have glare when I look this way and that way. I am hoping that either I can get it fixed or you guys could just bear with me, or both. That'd be great. Because even if I can't fix it, just a little white here and there in the corners when I move my head ever so slightly is better than what we were working with before, which was extreme glare in the very front portions of my glasses. So anyway, I digress. I go off on tangents a lot. If you're new here, hi, it's me. I ramble, and I'm never going to stop rambling. So for the people who are always telling me, oh my God, you say that you ramble a lot and then you proceed to ramble in your introduction, I hate that. I'm so sorry about it. That's just the way that I am. So if you don't like it, there are a lot of other YouTubers on the platform. I'm sorry, that's just the way that I am. So without further ado, let's get into yet another Jennifer video, because I know you guys are just absolutely chomping at the bit. So let's get into this. So, as you guys may know from the title, in this video, I'm going to tell you guys about all the favoritism that Jennifer has been receiving here lately. So, I'm sorry, I keep looking at myself because of these lights, but whatever. I would say it was 2 weeks ago, the boss comes into the office where I am sitting, and he says, I need you to look up, an iPad or some sort. We need an iPad for the Pandora, because Jennifer is literally obsessed with having Pandora music, like Pandora radio, playing at the store at all times while she's working. Like, she's like addicted. I don't know, it's weird. So lately the iPad that we normally use has been acting up, so we've just haven't been having to use regular like talk radio or whatever, just generic radio. And she's been going insane. Like, every time I worked with her, she's just like, oh my God, I can't believe we don't have Pandora. I don't know what's happening. And so I'm just like, wow, you're insane, chill out. And so obviously she's been bugging the owner about it. So, obviously instead of just saying, oh, I don't want to buy a new iPad right now, whatever, we're just going to listen to the radio, he comes to tell me that we need to buy a new iPad so that Jennifer can chill out and listen to her music. I'm sorry, what? This employee who screams at customers, berates customers, cusses customers out, need I go on? You're going to get her an iPad so that she can listen to her precious Pandora radio. I'm sorry, what? So you can do that, but, somebody who actually tries to do their job, you can't even give them more than $50 for a Christmas bonus. And yet an iPad is going to be at least $100 refurbished, but he wanted a brand new one, so that's going to be probably closer to $200 or $300, and that's just for the mini, which I told him all we really needed was the mini. Like, there's no reason to buy a full-size iPad just for Pandora. That seems a little bit excessive, a little bit silly to me. So I recommended that we get an iPad mini. It's fine. All of the iPads at the store that we're supposed to be using, like the apps for selling and stuff like that, they're so old. They're like first gen iPads, and they just are so slow. They can't run a lot of the programs that we need to run. So it's not a good situation. We all need new iPads, but God forbid anybody but Jennifer get something brand new and sparkly and just what they need, you know? So anyway, he sets me out to look for a new iPad. I chose the iPad mini because it's cheaper, and I did not want the company to have to spend money they don't have to on something that's only for one person. That's a little dumb. I mean, he can say, oh, well, the Pandora is for everybody. Nobody except for Jennifer cares if there's Pandora radio playing. Ashley likes music playing, but she's okay with it being the normal radio because, I mean, she understands, hey, we don't need to spend a bunch of money on something that's basically inconsequential. Like, there's no reason why we need Pandora over regular radio, over the literal box of CDs that we have in one of the offices. Like, it doesn't make sense, okay? It's unnecessary. It doesn't matter. But no, we need a new iPad so that Jennifer can listen to her Pandora radio station. Okay. Meanwhile, Jennifer doesn't do anything but sit and play on her phone and drink coffee all day. But that's beside the point. We're just going to get her a new iPad, and it's going to be fabulous. So he sent me out online to find an iPad. So I find an iPad. It's a cheap little iPad mini, whatever. I email that link to our office manager. She buys the thing. Awesome. It arrives. And so he hands it to me. He says, hey, set it up for me, please. Get this thing set up. Put like new passwords and all that. And we have like a set list of passwords and emails that we use for the store for our iPads. So I just used one of that. Got it all set up and running. So I go to take it over to the little speaker dock thing that we have set up at the front of the store. Little did I know before we got this iPad, this dock is for the wide USB. Do any of you guys remember like first gen iPhone, first gen iPad, all that kind of stuff had that really long, like this long, like the size of my nose, charging port. And so you would have that kind of charger. I don't know what it's actually called. Anyway, I did not realize that. And as you may or may not know, new iPhones, Apple products, whatever, they have that little, what is it, USB-C, something like that, the little tiny one. So obviously this iPad is incompatible. So I go to the office manager. I basically go over the boss's head for this because he doesn't understand anything technological whatsoever. It's just, it flies right over his head. So I go straight to the office manager. I'm like, hey, here's a little adapter because this is not compatible with the dock that we have. And it would just be cheaper to buy the adapter than to buy a brand new speaker dock. Like, it's like $16 for this adapter. And I don't know how much a speaker dock is, but he refuses to buy a wireless speaker. I don't know why, but docks are usually more than $16. So I just told her and she was like, okay, I'll order one. I gave her the link and everything. And the boss comes to me like 2 hours later and he's like, hey, did you get it set up? I'm like, yeah, I explained the situation. And he's just like, oh, well, that's so good. I'm so glad you got it figured out. Jennifer will be really happy about it. And I'm just like, yeah, she'll be happy. I mean, we're all happy, I guess. Not that we really cared, you know. But anyway, and so he was like, so we don't have one of those adapters anywhere around here? And I'm just like, no, we don't. He's like, well, did you check in the old office? And I just said, yeah, I checked, but I really didn't because there's no reason that we would have that. We don't have anything above Generation 1 Apple products in that store. Like, except for the iMacs. The iMacs are obviously not Generation 1 iMacs. But like the iPads, they're all Generation 1. They're the huge clunky iPads and they're slow as Christmas. I really do think that they need to either do away with the iPad situation or get new ones because they don't work. Point blank period. They don't. They do not work for anything that they are supposed to be used for. Nobody uses them. They just sit there and collect dust. It doesn't make sense. So whatever. But I just don't understand, you know. I was talking to Elizabeth about this the other day. I was like, well, she actually came to me and she's like, can you believe that he basically bought an iPad just for Jennifer? And I'm just like, no, I mean, kind of, but like, I never thought that he would do that, you know? Like, I know it's obvious that he's like, she's his favorite, but I just never thought that he would just like casually drop $200 to $300 on a brand new iPad for her. I mean, he would never do that for me or Elizabeth, ever. Maybe for Ashley, but he just does not like me and Elizabeth at all, like ever. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I mean, there has been theories floating around that it's because we're the two youngest at the store, which, I mean, would make sense, I guess. He might just think we don't know what we're talking about, even though we're the ones keeping this store running. But, and it baffles me. I don't understand. I'll never understand his logic at all. It's just, it's dumb to me. To me, he is not a very smart business person. I know a lot of people would disagree with me since he makes so much money. But trust me, the reason that he makes so much money is not because he has such good business sense and he's just such a good employer and he knows exactly what he's doing. Honey, no. That's not the case. It is only by the grace of God and the employees that he has that for some reason care about this store that he makes that much money. Because I guarantee you, if me and Elizabeth quit, which I'm putting in my 2 weeks notice on Monday, which is the day that you'll be seeing this. But I mean, if we both quit at the same time, that store would be gone, like under. There's no way. Because, I mean, you just can't run a business like that. You can't play favorites and do all this stuff. I mean, he does, and he gets away with it. But it's dumb, and I'm just so over it. I'm so glad that I'm going to be out of there in 2 weeks. Thank you, Jesus. But, yeah, so obviously he plays favorites, and there's nothing we can do about it. And if that's not solid proof right there, spending $200 to $300 on one employee, you know, for a brand new iPad, what they wanted, I mean, there's no clearer sign that she's his favorite, even though there's no reason for her to be his favorite. I don't know. I know you guys have a lot of theories about it. I don't know. It's just a theory. A work theory. Please don't sue me, game theory. But anyway, that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you guys so much for joining me again today. Leave me a like if you like this video and comment down below and subscribe because I make new videos every Monday and Friday. Thank you guys once again so much for joining me today, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.